Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today is actually 2 days before the gyms in the UK all opened up. So this is actually my last workout at home. The day before the gyms opened up, I did actually have a rest day just so I could start fresh from when I'm at the gym again. Alright, so this exercise, as you can see I'm doing, is flat dumbbell press. I've actually got some new plates, as you can see as well. I got some 10 kilo plates. I did actually have a few before. I had two 10 kilo plates before, but now I've actually got four. So I've got a couple of extra ones just so I'm able to do a little bit heavier presses. So you can see here, I'm just doing a flat dumbbell press. I've actually using, as you can see, the stool as well. So getting into position and out of position actually is quite difficult. It's quite hard getting into position, really, to be honest. But I've just lowered my body into it, just nice and slowly. And it's harder to go heavy as well because you do actually waste a bit of energy getting into the position, lowering your back onto the backrest. All right, so I'll show you these exercises. The first one you can see is a flat dumbbell press. And as you can see, what you're going to be doing when you're doing this, you want to make sure your chest up, shoulders back the entire time. And when I mean chest up, shoulders back, you can try and push your chest forward and push your scapula together, engage your scapula. And this does help as well engage your lats, which can get extra power in the pressing. When you're doing pressing, it does work the chest, the triceps, the front delts, and a little bit of the lats. The bigger or stronger lats you have, the more you will be able to press as well. The working weight, I'm not too sure. I think it's about 40 kilos there. I've actually got for the working weight. But when I was doing it, I think I was doing about 12 reps or 10 to 12 reps, and I did 4 sets of that. All right, next exercise, the second one, is an incline dumbbell press. This one actually did feel quite difficult just because I'm actually leaning at the pad of my sissy squat. So it does actually feel a bit difficult. Just the movement of it as well. It's a very high incline as well, which is quite annoying. A very high incline is maybe about probably about 45, maybe even 50 degrees. But it does work again the upper portion of chest, maybe even towards the shoulders a little bit as well. As you can see there, I was just lowering the weights down. It is awkward getting the weights down, but getting it up, I just lift one up as you can see, and I've got the other one resting on the stool, just like a stand to help me a bit. The weight there is a little bit lighter as well, just because when doing incline and that high of an incline, you can't do much weight. As you can see as well, my chest up again, just like previous exercise, chest up, shoulders back, squeezing chest as much as you can. And again, not too fast. You don't want to be jerking the weight, going too fast. Otherwise, you're not going to be working the muscles to its full potential, really. You're just going to be moving the weight, and that is when injuries can happen as well. Like where you can maybe like tear a pec, or maybe get like tendonitis because the weight is too heavy, or any sort of like slight pulls you can get as well. As you can see there, I'm actually quite sweating quite a bit. As you can see in my armpits and stomach and everything, just because it was in this. I can't remember how hot it was, but it was actually very hot this day outside, and in my garage it does get very humid as well. So it is quite hot in there and very humid, but I don't mind that. I'm used to that. Gyms I've trained at like Genesis, and years ago when I trained at Ataflex, it was hot like basement type gym, which I do prefer to be honest anyway. So as you can see, when I go down, I go all the way down, basically, just like as if I was doing like normal dumbbell press in a gym or barbell press. Basically, when I do barbell press, like this, I'm gonna make sure that basically the bar goes down to maybe about an inch or 2 inches off from your chest as well. All right, now was this the third exercise? Is as you can see, I am doing banded flies. So I'm outside now in my garden. I've got a bands attached around the tree. I've actually got 3 bands there attached. You can just about see two, but it's actually one extra one. It's actually a broken band that I've actually wrapped around, like tied around the tree and attached to it as well, attached to the handle as well. So what I'm doing, I'm going to again make sure chest up, shoulders back, and when I pull the handle, I'm going to try and squeeze the chest as much as you can. Because I'm using bands here, it is progressive tension. So using bands is always progressive tension. So as the movement goes on, as you're trying to finish the movement, one rep, it does get harder and harder, creates more and more tension on the chest. So beginning of the movement is not actually that difficult. It's more the end position where it does get tougher, and that's where you're able to squeeze the muscle more. So these type of training, especially when using bands, it's not obviously about the weight because it's not much weight at all. It's about mind muscle connection, trying to squeeze the muscles as much as you can. So you can see here I'm actually holding my chest as well, put my hand on my chest. This is making sure I'm actually contracting the muscle. So I'm handing my chest to help activate it. It's like subconsciously squeezing the muscle. Touching the chest yourself subconsciously makes you squeeze the muscles even more. And as well, just touching the chest, make sure I am squeezing it. So I want to make sure when I'm doing it, movement, that the chest is quite hard, very solid, so I know it's actually contracting as much as possible. Obviously, I'll be able to feel it contracting, but I do it like that as well, just get the extra contraction there. Alright, my next exercise, I've got dumbbells again, adjustable ones. I've actually got, this is about 20 or 21 kilos actually this is, because the plate's 10 kilos and the bar itself is about 1 kilo with the collars as well. So this next exercise you can see is flat dumbbell press. This is such a good exercise, such a classic movement. The way I like to do it is actually like the way I've seen Arnold do it himself. So basically go all the way down, far as you can literally, to your hands maybe are in line with your shoulders, with your elbows bent, and you come up. Don't come up all the way up, so don't let the dumbbells touch. Even when you do it, maybe leave about a 4 or 5 inch gap between the dumbbells. Otherwise, if they go together too much or they touch, it's taking tension off the muscle, off the chest. It's basically like something called dead weight, which is basically going down. It's not really going to be activating the chest really too much. So this one, as I said, it's more of a stretch movement as well. So it's more of a stretch. You're going to go down, stretch as much as you can, and use the chest to use the fly to press back up. When doing this as well, you want to make sure that your elbows are very slightly bent, but you keep that bend. You do not want to, when you go down, for example, you don't want to bend your elbows even more and then basically start to straighten your arms as soon as you come up. That just turns into basically a press, just with like a neutral grip instead. So elbows just very slightly bend, but keep that bend, just very slight bend. Like as if you've got cast on your arm. Think of it as you've broken your arm, you've got cast on your elbow, just in a slight bend, and you cannot move the elbow. The only joint moving should only be the shoulder joint, and that is it. Alright, next exercise is here, as you can see, is like a decline press. So I've got a band around the my pull-up bar there. Going to stand a bit farther away from the band, and you're going to be pressing, go down up, basically pressing down like an angle, as if it was like a kind of like a decline press or dips. This one I'm actually looking quite high reps because the band is at not really enough tension. I think I'm doing about 20 reps there, and I did only 2 sets of this just to burn out the muscle a bit extra. So as I said, the weight is not really much because the band is not really strong enough. I do have another band, the orange one, which is very high resistance, but to be honest, it's a bit too high resistance that I couldn't really move it at all. It's got too much weight to it, to be honest, behind it. And you'll see me go into the next set now. So when you do this exercise, again, just like any chest exercise, make sure, again, chest up, shoulders back, and pressing. When you press, your elbows tucked in very slightly, maybe like a 45-degree angle, so it does work the chest as much as you can. And if your elbows flare out too much, you'll be working more of the shoulders instead, which obviously you not really want to be working. You want to try and target the chest as much as possible. And when you go down, or you go down, squeeze the chest as much as you can, get the mind muscle connection, and then you raise back up towards your body. That's when it relaxes a little bit more, makes it easier because obviously progressive tension with the band. Alright, it's quite a quick video this one really, but it's just to show you at home my chest workout. My next workout you'll be able to see on my channel will be me in the gym again. I'm so glad gyms are going to be opening again. I'll be able to get full workouts, you'll be able to see them. So stay tuned to gym workouts, and I'll see you later. Take care.